Hey, this is Jamie. I'm the creator of Garage Sale Coach, and I'm sitting here with one of my good friends, Jason. He lives up here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and most of my finds I find, in Orlando, and he used to live in Orlando, but since he's come up here, he's kind of got the pick of the litter from the Atlanta area, and he does really good, buying items at garage sales and reselling them online, just like I do. And he's the guy that I use in my book for a lot of his failures.
What? Come on.
But he also, is a good way for me to learn. I learn more from him, and he learns more from me, and he doesn't have to call me every Saturday anymore asking me how much things are worth because he's done it long enough. But that's basically why I put Garage Sale Coach together, is to help people like I've helped Jason to be able to know what to buy and how to sell it and where to go and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just want to use this for a quick time to ask some questions to Jason. So first of all, what are some of your best finds since you've been garage selling?
Well, I have a blast hunting. I think the biggest part or the biggest thing is just the hunt, the find. That's where I have so much fun. Some of my best buys, Legos are always fantastic. One pull was a Golden C-3PO out of a Lego box. Ended up being $350 because it was limited print. So that was good.
How much you pay for the box?
Yeah, that was probably about $20 for the entire container. So.
And you sold all the other stuff for a lot too, right?
Yeah, that was about an $800 total after selling everything. So, but the C-3PO was good. HP calculator, I've had real good luck with those. I would say probably...
Like some kind of business calculator.
Business financial calculator. I paid $1 for it. It was with the book and the box. Got $4.70 for it. So that was a good find.
Stuff that other people passed up.
That's right. That's right. So even anything new and real good with handheld electronic games, things like that. So anything new I've done real well. A big solitaire game. It's a funny little game in the carton still packaged up. I paid $1 and sold it for like $125.
A little electronic game that looks like it's from like the 90s that nobody would even buy. It's insane.
So they do well, really well.
So cool. And where do you typically go to find your garage sales, or which garage sales do you go to? How do you know where to go to find good stuff? Right.
I always scout ahead either that week before, kind of that night before, and make sure I got a good list from Craigslist or even the apps that are out there, and just set out a good pattern and where I'm going to head and what I'm looking for. Obviously, community sales, you got to go to those. Those are fantastic, and those happen probably a couple times a year in the fall and the summer. But and I'll freestyle it sometimes when I just see signs out there. But you got to be careful because you don't know where you're going to end up. But
where he lives, there's like back roads all over the place up here in North Atlanta. But where I live, I told him I just freestyle it. I don't have to go to Craigslist. Sometimes I just kind of run my good neighborhoods, and I know there's going to be sales out there, so I'll do that. But I'll also look and see, who's got ads out and things like that. But some of the ad ones, and Jason's experiences too, is you'll get there at 7 a.m. and your competitors are sitting at the door waiting too.
Yep.
And I don't like to be the garage door bangers. But at the same time, if it's open, I'm very polite. I always say, hey, do you mind if I take a look a little early, especially if I'm the first person, which I love to be. That's like the thrill of the hunt right there.
Yeah, you got to be first.
Man, I get so tired of Jason calling me and saying I was the first person up to this sale and just listing off item after item of things that he paid $1, $2 for that are worth $50 and $100, and he just kills it up here. And I'm like, man, why do my houses not have that kind of stuff? I want to just move somewhere that's rich.
That's right.
So he does a good job with that. Anyway, so community sales are fantastic. If I could only do community sales, like I'd be living the dream, because you go there and it's just, you walk out. You definitely have weekends over $1,000 profit.
Easy.
And you can see in my profit reports, I've had weekends well over $2,000 profit, and there are certain community sales that I hit that almost every single time.
Yep.
And so there's great stuff out there. What does it typically look like when you go to the sale? Like when you pull up at the sale, what are you going to do?
Yeah. You first want to scout everything out real quick, kind of do a real quick run through. It's funny, a lot of the people, and I'm nice and polite, but a lot of the people are like, man, he's on a mission. He knows what he's looking for, and I have no problem with that. I'm not there to sit there and look at Christmas stuff or, look at all the junk they got out. I'm looking for the good stuff. So I just take a quick scout all the way through as fast as you can. Grab whatever you think you're going to, even if you're not sure you're going to buy it, you pick it up and hold it. I've learned that you don't leave stuff sitting behind. And then if you see someone there that does the same stuff and they're already grabbing everything, I just go to the next house. Start at the end of the neighborhood. My buddy here, Jamie, he's got that in there, and I learned that from him. Everyone else is at the beginning. So go to the back, start that way. I've done so well doing that because I'm hitting all the other houses before anyone else has gotten there. So.
I love the feeling of, letting one of my competition have the house, just passing them up, and every time I'm leaving a house, they're pulling up to it, and I'm leaving a house and they're pulling up to it. And knowing that you're one step ahead of them is great. But if it's a big community sale, I would rather start in the middle or the back and just have my first pick than to just be riding, along with everybody else like that. So that's a great thought on that. And the competition is so huge. That's why a lot of people are like, 2 reasons they don't go to garage sales. One, they think it's only crap.
Right.
And the thing is probably 80% of the sales you're going to walk up to are just going to be household stuff and picture frames and
things I would never use or look for.
I can almost see it from the street, but I can be in and out of there in about 10 seconds. I mean, you just know.
Yep, fast.
But then there's about 20% of them that have the kind of stuff that you're looking for. Being guys, we like electronics, and electronics sell fast and easy, and the price is so easy to know. I mean, there's a lot of people that do antiques and stuff like that, and you can make money on that, but you have to know a lot more. Electronics, you can just know what they're going for. And we hit that up, big time. Video games are great, and all kinds of other electronics and software and music stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and electronics is so easy to look up on your phone. Jason finally decided to get an iPhone so he could look stuff up, so he didn't have to call me anymore. I'm like, hey, why don't you just look it up?
That's right.
Anyway, so you want to get stuff quick, but to competition, you definitely don't let it get you down. That's the second reason. They're like, man, I go out there, everything is good is gone. And it's like, well, you can't walk out there at 10:30.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else has already been there. They'd be like, I hate walking up to a sale and I'm like, hey, as I see it, they have just like a Nintendo controller. I'm like, did you have any other Nintendo stuff? Like, man, they swiped all that up like early this morning, first thing. It's like, I want to be that first thing. I'm not rude. I don't want to go too early, but I want to go early enough to where I have, first dibs to be able to find some of the good stuff. So it is important to go early, but don't be the jerk early bird.
Yeah.
I said that in my book as well. So that's what you want to do with the sale. Make sure you get the good stuff. What about getting a bargain? Like, let's say you find something, it's worth $100 and they want like, 50 or 60 for it. What do you do? Do you buy it? Or?
Well, you always talk them down a little bit, but Jamie, I know in his book and what he's told me is start at half, even half lower or something like that. I mean, if they're asking $50, say, hey, will you take 20? They're getting rid of their junk anyways. So there's no reason to feel like you're offending them. You want to definitely just put a price out there that saves you money. Every penny you save, you get to use on the next sale. So, I mean, half or less than half of what they're asking. If it's a $4 item, I say, hey, will you take 2? Will you take $1? Whatever. Yeah. But don't feel bad about it. If they say no, or if they say, hey, we can go halfway, you've already done a great, better than you would have.
And sometimes, like, if it's $2 and I know I'm getting $200 out of it, Jason always tells me, he's like, I paid the $2, I grab it and I ran.
You don't got a lowball on those ones.
Yeah, but if you need to increase the margins a little bit, just go down a little bit. And if they don't like it, they're insulted, I always say, hey, I'm just used to it at a garage sale. Just offering. At least I can do is offer. I'm willing to pay the $5 or the $10 or whatever. But you got to know your profit margins and how much money you want to put out. So if something's $50 and you're going to get $100 out of it, do you want to buy it at 50?
That's right.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I won't. If it's easy and I know it's not going to be broken, I'll do it. But if not, I'll say, hey, do you have the box for it, or is it working? And I try to just say all the things that might make it not worth as much as they think it's worth. And then eventually they'll just be like, well, you can have it for 35 or 40, or they'll go down some, but that's 10 or $15. That's dinner out. It's like just cutting that down.
Well, a lot of people too at garage sales, or they call it estate sales, will. They want to get full price, like an eBay price or an Amazon price, and they print out I'm like thinking, well, you're not paying shipping, you don't have to pay fees, you're not boxing, you're not doing all this stuff. And so some of those are, you just say, okay, thank you, and you just walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't hang out there and try to bargain and deal with them. And like Jamie said, if you're not going to feel comfortable, making a good profit out of it, you don't want to spend the time and waste your time for a $5 or $10 profit, and you have to do all the work with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I say in my book about 15% of the electronics I buy are broken somehow.
Yeah.
It's just electronics. You can't test all that stuff. So I take that in consideration too. So I don't want to pay $50 for something I'm going to get 60 out of, because that may be the one that I lose 50
Could be broken.
So, all right. So after you've come home with all your stuff and you got all the good stuff, like, where do you like to sell the best? How do you make the most on your items?
Right. I was eBay for many, many years. I've been with the eBay for a long time, but Jamie got me into Amazon, and you immediately find out how much more items go for on Amazon. The price is amazing. You can scan the item immediately right there. I can scan the item while I'm out of my car, eating lunch or whatever, and sell it and have it all ready to go. So Amazon has been fantastic. He's just got me started with FBA. I'm going to get that going pretty soon here. But eBay, Amazon, very rarely on Craigslist, but I do Craigslist a little bit on the bigger items that you don't want to ship and mess with all the big stuff like some speakers or some larger items. But usually Amazon's my number one pick.
Yeah, and in case you don't know what FBA is, I mean, some people watching this video may do that. Amazon FBA it's fulfilled by Amazon. That's where you actually ship your stuff into Amazon, and then Amazon fulfills your orders. So instead of me having to, pack it up, put a shipping label, and send it directly to my customer, Amazon has about 500 of my items in their warehouse, and when they sell, they ship it and take care of it. And it's so nice for me to not have to get up and have, 5, 7, 10 things that have to go out that day where I've got to print shipping labels, pack it all up and all that kind of stuff. It does take a little work up front to prepare those things, to get the labels on them and put them in big boxes and ship them into Amazon. But in the long term, I save on the $5 to $10 shipping per item that I have to ship it to them. And it ends up costing me like 30 to 50 cents a piece to ship them into Amazon because I get such cheap rates shipping them in bigger boxes. And Amazon uses their rates and takes care of all that for you. So because that was so important to me and I've made so much more money, I mean, just saving on the shipping is adding hundreds of dollars of profit to me each month that wasn't there, that I'm really noticing. I'm like, wow, I see my bank account going up. Am I making more money off of this stuff? It's just crazy. And I'm realizing, I think that, being able to get stuff out faster and being able to get more stuff in and not having to pay the shipping on it. And not only that, something that would sell for $7 on Amazon from a merchant will sell for $15 if it's fulfilled by Amazon. Right. So right there, I would have only gotten about $4 on it. So all these little teeny things that I would have had to pay fees and shipping, I'm now still walking away with about $10 or $11 on it. So I'm doubling what I would have gotten for a lot of these smaller items that you find at garage sales, all kinds of, video games and DVD type stuff, although I can't sell DVDs on Amazon anymore. But just smaller electronics and smaller books and things that you couldn't normally sell on your own because by the time you ship it and pay fees, you're going to be low. It's crazy that things sell for more with the people that have like Amazon Prime because they get free 2-day shipping and they trust Amazon more than they trust just a regular seller. So my stuff is selling for so much more. I still use eBay and I have all kinds of stuff that only sell on eBay. So I still use that, and I still use Craigslist to sell, bikes and tools and lawn equipment and bigger things that I can't do, whatever. A lot of times I'll pass that stuff up, but the profit on it is $50 and $100 a piece sometimes. So I still use Craigslist for that. But I created a whole entire training, in Garage Sale Coach now that teaches you everything, how to do Amazon FBA. I also teach you how to sell on Amazon regular. I teach you how to sell on eBay. I teach you how to sell on Craigslist. I have videos for all that kind of stuff. So that's all available, to my Garage Sale Coach members. But Amazon has been a lifesaver for both of us. I mean, he's a full-time teacher. So he's up and out of here at like 7:30. So it's hard to get all the stuff out.
Exactly.
Whereas I still do this full time at home, so I can get this stuff out. But I hate starting the first 2 hours of my day shipping stuff out. But it's part of the deal, and I'm happy to have the freedom to do that. But if you don't have to, Amazon shipping it for you is so fantastic. So I can't wait to hear what Jason's going to say in 2 months from now when this whole entire room over here that we just went through. He's got hundreds of things that he's got listed, or he's ready to sell, that he's just going to be able to send to Amazon's warehouse. And even the things he doesn't sell, he's going to probably pay about $6. I'm looking at the stuff he has, probably about $6 a month in storage fees to Amazon, which is nothing compared to the money he's going to be making. It's insane. So, all right, so how do you sell your stuff? What do you think your average profit is on like a good garage sale weekend? So like if you go to a community sale, what kind of profit do you think you normally pull out like in the fall or spring?
Right. I would say average for community sales is at least $1,000. Maybe $750 to $1,000 on a community weekend. Maybe a regular weekend is just $500 or so, but $500 I didn't have before, and I enjoy doing it. It gets me out of the house early. I have fun. I enjoy the hunt. That's been the fun part. And then we've been able to do cruises or been able to, get the kids extra things or different things we were unable to do before. So that's been fun. But community sales is where it's at. You can go there early, start about 6 in the morning, and just kind of pull up to those places that are open around 7 or so. And then you just go till you stop, till you can't stop, can't find anything else. So it's been fun, but $1,000 I would say is probably good profit for a community.
You ever had a bigger profit? You called me one time. He was like $130, and you went to a sale, and just the stuff that you bought from that guy was like $1,000 profit. At like $130.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was a late sale. I'd forgotten about that. He had technology out, and the neighborhood they were at, for some reason, was either not being seen or there was too many other community sales, and so people were looking for like tools and antique stuff, and he had an entire table full of sealed electronics. He was a rep for a certain company or something and was already done with them. And I think I gave him 120 or 150 and ended up making probably 1,500 or more on the stuff that they had, because they were all brand new jawbones and all the different technology. It was fantastic. So
yeah, so
that was a good day.
So that day you'd already been to community sales.
Oh, yeah.
You probably made well over 2,000 that day.
Easy.
So there are days that you do that, and
Yeah.
so it's not just me, and most of the stuff. I mean, he's been doing this now for a few years, and when he first started, the only thing he'd really ever sold, you sold like sports cards and sports memorabilia. You never really got into just selling a whole bunch of stuff.
Correct.
So most of the stuff that he buys, he's learned on his own, but he's learned from stuff I buy too. I mean, he's always looking at the stuff that I'm buying and selling and calling me like, "What'd you get this week?" and learning from the things that I got. So that's why I really decided to write the book. I mean, I have a 150 or 170 page ebook that has over 300 photos of all the different categories I buy, pictures of actual items, how much things are worth, and then I have. I documented a whole entire year's worth of finds. I'm putting, finds up every month. I'm trying to put up pictures of things that I bought, how much they're worth. Because just one thing that you normally passed up on, could make you $30, $40, $50, $100. And then multiple times when you see that again and again, because we buy the same things over and over.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's why the book's been so good, is because I'll see a couple things Jamie has bought that I'd never purchased. And all of a sudden you see them everywhere because you weren't looking for them. And now you're buying them, making, like you said, $50 to $100 per item on some of these things.
Yeah,
so that was worth it.
Pass out what was the last question I had here? I was going to say, how much do you think you've learned from me, from my help, or from any of my training or videos or book?
Yeah.
How much would you attribute how much you make to how much you've learned from me?
Sure. I mean, like before, when I was just doing sports cards, I used to be a collector and stuff like that. That's all I would do. I never got into garage selling, didn't know what stuff sold for. And so every time I would learn something new, it was from Jamie's ebook, or I was looking at his videos, or I was calling on the phone, or whatever. So pretty much the whole garage sale was brand new to me until he started showing me these things. And so it's well worth the price. Whatever his ebook's at right now, I don't even know. But it's well worth just becoming a member, or to figure out what your first buy, you'll make that money in triple. I mean, you'll just quadruple it. So that's been the bonus, is just being able to kind of pick his brain. But the videos, I'm a very visual guy, so the videos and the pictures are what help me. And so I check those out all the time. I'm like, oh, I saw that last week. Okay, I know what to get.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have so much to learn too, but I've learned enough now to make a full-time income doing what I do, and that's why I put everything together. So I didn't want to make this video very long, although it is long. I think it'll be helpful to you. So if you've enjoyed it, that's great. I hope you learned something. I mean, I know Jason, he has all kinds of teacher friends and other things that he tells what he does, and they do it now too. They're like, hey, you do that, I do that. It's like, so everybody's improving their lifestyle. They're going to the movies and going out to eat and getting things, having extra money, to be able to do things with their family and whatnot. And it's all from just learning how to just resell and find things. So I know that what I've prepared and what I have in Garage Sale Coach is super helpful. So if you're already a member and you're getting this video, I hope you found this helpful and hopefully it inspired you. Don't get discouraged, because there will be weeks where you go out there and you may strike out. I mean, I've had just a couple of those weeks and they're frustrating, maybe rainy, or you may just have happened to strike out. But I mean, even a bad week, I'm walking away with a couple $100 profit on a morning for a couple hours. But it rarely happens. I mean, if you go when garage sales are out, not when it's 10 degrees outside, or when it's a pouring rain, but when it's a garage sale season, which is most of the year in the South, or at least from early spring to late fall, you're going to find stuff if you know what to look for. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know what to look for. They're looking for one thing. Right. They're looking for only video games. They're looking for only this or that, or only this or that, and they get so stuck on that they don't realize that they're passing up on hundreds of dollars. And that's the key, is to know more. Right. So you'll be able to learn that from Garage Sale Coach. So hopefully you found this helpful. I'll try to continue to make some Q&A videos in the future. But if you have any questions, you can always send me a message, and hopefully we'll be able to answer it and make it good for you. So hopefully you found this helpful. I'm glad Jason helped me, and he's a good friend of mine. I'm glad he's doing good as well. Can't wait to see him get all this stuff shipped out of here.
Heck yeah.
So that he can just experience some more victory. Like, hey, man, this stuff's all gone. And then just watch his Amazon account build and build and build without having to
ship everything every morning.
And that's going to be so awesome. So anyway, any more questions, you can always send me a message. But if you're not a member now, just become a member. It's a one-time fee. I used to make it monthly, but I don't want to have to always be on top of Garage Sale Coach and always be doing whatever, because I enjoy, having the freedom of life to, get these things sold and spend time with my family and do that kind of stuff. So I've created Garage Sale Coach like evergreen. Like, all the stuff in here is helpful, and I'll keep adding stuff to it, but you'll learn. and it's there, and it's one time. Once you pay one time, anything else that I add anytime is yours to learn from. So you'll have access to that, but it's a one-time fee, and it'll be the best fee. If you have any problems or you don't like it or it wasn't helpful to you, just tell me, send me a message. I'll send a full refund because I don't care. I want you to try it. I want you to make more money. I want you to be successful. I want to have helped people. I have dreams that I want to accomplish that require me to make more money, and I have to do things on the side. That's how I've learned to do this, and I'm trying to pursue those dreams as well. So hopefully those will go well. But I appreciate you listening to this, and thanks, Jay.
Yeah, thank you.
So after this community sales season, we'll put out another video maybe.
Sure.
And we also recorded, like 2 years ago, we recorded a video of us actually at a couple community sales. It's like a 2-hour video. I'm trying to get it down to like 30 or 40 minutes, but it's us actually garage selling.
Yeah.
So if that's up, I'll put it below this video or in the members area so that you guys can just watch what we do. And if you find us, entertaining, you can enjoy the whole 30 minutes. If not, you can turn it off. But I just wanted to try to be helpful so people can see what it actually looks like to go out there and get out there and drive around early and
that's right. Have fun.
So anyway, thanks a lot. Have a good one.